How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the wild and crazy donnellsstitchery funhouse. So, today we are working on the Tangled Star block. And we are going to be working on, well, I am going to be working on, y'all going to be watching me and coaching me along. Or rooting me along, rah-rahs. And of clues 7 and 8. That is where I take one of these pieces, which was step number 6. I'm going to add a piece of fabric to it, some purple fabric to it, and then we'll be attaching step 5 to it, to that. And the fabric that we're going to be putting in between is this gorgeous, deep, dark, purpley fabric of this right here. So that way there we can be able to create that half square triangle to connect it to the other half and then make, you'll see. I was really messing with Michelle and Melissa last night whenever I was doing I was like, I'm going to connect it to this, so I can connect it to this, and then we're going to make it into this, and then we're going to turn it into that, and yeah. And they're like, you lost your mind. Anywho, before I get started and bring y'all down to the desk and everything like that, I'm going to jump in the chat, say hello to everybody, and yes, I may have had a little too much coffee already this morning. So, let's see here. We have Michelle and Vintage Style by Joe and Raven. Good morning to each of you. And Miss June and Miss Laura, Miss Deb Cornell, and Nikki B. Good morning to each and every one of you beautiful people. And hello, Andrea says, howdy peeps. I am editing a video while I watch. Yes, ma'am. I cannot wait to see your new video. I love watching your videos. Everybody now is just chitty-chatting and saying hi, hi, hi. So we are going to start off today with, so the block that I am working on making is this one right here. This is the construction of what we're going to work on. The pink, blue, and purple. We already completed this one here, which is the other half, which is why I'm calling them half square triangles, because they're like a scrappy half square triangle. So, because this, we need to make 4 of these to be able to make, I gotta do it 4 of these, then sew them into twos like this, so I can make up a bunch of these. Because as you see, I only got 2 rows up there. Thank you, Nikki says beautiful colors. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I only got 2 rows up there because after I got those 2 rows done, I decided I'm going to start chain piecing each of the steps. Deb, you're not at work? Ooh. What are you doing not at work? Aren't you supposed to be at work, young lady? How are you going to hear the people's bells or whatever if you're not at work? Okay, we're going to get some coffee. Thank you, Vintage Joe, for dropping her link. I love the Tangles Star block. I might have to get that dyed. Girl, yes. If you have the Accuquilt cutter, I ain't gonna lie, this takes a little while, and it takes a lot of fabric. What you're seeing here, once I have these blocks all completed, what you're seeing is 6 yards of fabric. Well, it's 6 yards of the purple. And then actually right now I'm working off of, I think, 3 to 4 yards of the pink, the blue, and the gray. I am going to have to cut some more, and after my live stream, I do got to run up and get some more purple because I ran out. You would think 6 yards would be plenty, but it's not, because the purple takes up a lot of fabric to cut, because a lot of the purple is large pieces. So it takes bigger pieces. Okay, so we are going to start with step 7, and that is taking this piece right here. We want it orientated. Let's see. So we're going to take this piece right here. Hey, Ingrid. And then we're going to stitch this to down here like this, where these small edges come together. Oops. So we're going to do this up. I have enough to do up 1 row set aside right here, so I can do 1 row on my live stream. And then I'm not pressing with the iron before I add on the next piece, because I can just do that up and be quick and easy. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am type of thing. So set this up how I need it to be so I can see what's going on here. Okay. Oh, I actually need to move my camera down here to the desk. So yeah, hi. I'm down here in the corner. See, hey, Miss Judy. How you doing, Miss Judy Harrybird? Haven't seen you in a little bit. Like, I don't know, yesterday. Let's see. I have an Accuquilt. What size are you making the quilt? I am thinking, so there's 8 blocks in a row, I believe it is. I'm trying to make a full-size quilt. So what I'm thinking is, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, so there's 8 blocks in a row. And I'm thinking 7 rows, so it'd be 56 blocks. And then I want to do a border. Do a gray border, a pink border, a blue border, and then a purple border. Or some sort of orientation like that, like thin borders of each color to give me the actual size that I need. I think that'd be so super cute. Need to set my 1/4-inch seam. And then for starting off, because I had the small ends down there. So since I started off with the small end being underneath the needle first, then I held on to the tail of my thread to help pull it through, so that way there it didn't try to mess up. Hey, Cherie. And the blocks come out to be about, let's see, each block, when you size up 4 of those quadrants together, each block comes out to 10 inches square. Yeah, I was up watching Sean this morning, and after I got the pups all taken care of, I decided to go ahead and sit in here and get a bunch of these all the seams pressed, because step 5 and 6 that I was going to do on this past Wednesday, I went ahead and done up over the past few days, which was stitching up these 2 pieces here, the smaller one and then this one here. So that way there today I could be able to move along and get the next part done. Because my goal is by the end of Monday night to have this quilt top done and ready to go. So when I get paid on Friday, then I can be able to go ahead and get it sent out to Donna. Let's see. I need to angle that over this way. Hey, Annette, how you doing? How's that hand coming along, babe? I have not watched any, I have not watched next to any YouTube channels at all lately. I like dropped in, said hi, hung around for a bit, paid my dues, stuff like that for a lot of channels, but I haven't actually like hung around and stayed and everything during the work hours lately because it's been so busy. It was so crazy. Not so much so busy. We got super busy yesterday, so even the chats I was in, I was not really able to talk or anything. And there's a lot of times I watch YouTube channels and I don't comment or anything. I just try and do the thumbs up. Or I'll watch on replay and just do the thumbs up and not leave a comment or anything. I should. Especially as a YouTuber, I should, because I know what type of impact it does. Because it helps out a lot. Wrapped in ice from shoulder to hand, going back to lurking. Aw, girl, I'm so sorry. Big hugs. Yes, go back to lurking and relax. So let's see how many of these we got done now. Because every 4 I want to stop and go put on the next section. Two, 3, 4. Yay, I can count to 4. Okay, we'll go ahead and do the one more, which give me 4 for that. Because for every 4 of these I do, I can make a block out of. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finger press this very carefully because this is all bias. So now I'm going to finger press this to make this cool, like almost like a paper airplane type of look to it. Same here, Danelle. It's hard to work or sew and be active in the chat. Yes, girl. Let's see, Annette sending healing prayers and gentle hugs. Yes. Very gentle hugs because we don't want to hurt her shoulder. So now I'm going to take the first 4 of these here. So I got them stacked over here in like piles of 4. So now I'm going to take this. And it is, I believe, this direction. Let me double check. Yep. So it's going to go like this. So we're going to lay it over it like this. It looks like it wouldn't fit, but it does. And I'm going to set that up there. And that way there, I can get 2 steps taken care of in one stream. Ha-ha! Maybe not for the entire row, but I'll come back tomorrow. Y'all be able to see this all built out and everything. I have not done anything with my lion at all this week. Hey, Janet, how are you doing, honey? I've not done any of work on my lion at all this week because I have been so busy with this on what little bit amount of time I have been in my sewing space because I want to get this taken care of. Like, this is a very important one for me. The lion's going to be... My goal for this month was 4 blocks of the lion, which I completed last week. So I now am just working on this, and then I'll be jumping back over to the lion some. Granted, my goal was 4 blocks a month, which is 1 block a week. But I want to do a lot more than that. How's it going, Janet? Haven't seen you around all week. Now, for the collab that is coming up, who is all excited about this Back to the Basics collab with Donna, myself, Sean, Tasha Quilt, See, we got Kelly's Quilts and More. Adam Sews. Zaza. Let me see. Let me pull up the email so I can actually see who is all in that. Because I can't remember everybody that's in there. Let's see here. Works better if I'm in the correct email. That definitely works a lot better. Okay, we got Sobecca, Brenda of Quilt of Conquering Mount Scrapmore, Adam with Adam Sews, Sean with the Guy Who Sews, Tasha of Tasha Quilts, Heather of the Debt Free Quilter, myself, Zaza with the Inappropriate Quilter, Kelly of Kelly's Quilt Plus, Amy from Amy Dement, and Tracy from So Supportive. Now, I think that's in a huge. Oh, and of course, Auntie Donna. How can we forget Auntie Donna? I mean, hello, she's a ringleader. But we have so many amazing content creators that are going to be in this. And each week, we are going to drop a video. So for the month of January and I believe February will be pretty much all Donna. And then after that will be, after that, it'll be a different creator each week that their video will drop on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. except for, with the exception of, I believe, Brenda, hers will drop on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. And there's going to be a different block for each person. So each person is going to do a completely different block. We're going to do like a 20 to 30 minute tutorial on how to do that block. For the most part, we all already know what blocks that we have chosen, and we have a schedule set aside so everybody knows what block is going and everything and stuff like that. Try to help make sure that we're not all doing the same block type of thing. Because who wants to see the same block every week? Not me. Sure. And I am, so we got people doing circles, we got our curves, we got people doing applique, people doing traditional piecing. I'm sure that there may even be some foundation paper piecing in there, considering the fact that a few people are there. Some people are designing their own blocks. Some people are taking patterns from other, and just changing it up and giving a tutorial on how to do it in that measurement. Each block is going to be a 10.5-inch square when done. And that way there, let's see. I need to take some of this off. And take off the next 4 that I need to do up over here. Trying to see where I'm at on this. And then I can go ahead and disconnect these pieces because now these are ready to be pressed. And I already have a lot of the other ones over here that are already done, just need to be pressed. So that way there, then I can be able to put them together like this to create that quarter that I need. So today will consist of a whole lot of pressing after my live stream. Oh, and anybody that is a member of my channel, which is all the ones that you see in green and some of the ones that you see in blue, we have our our Zoom meeting for tomorrow. And that is from, let's see, that goes from 12 noon tomorrow Eastern Standard Time until 5 p.m. And I will be sending out that link later. Hey, Nanette, how you doing? Hey, Raven. That quilt is really coming along. It's super interesting seeing all those blocks together behind you. Right? I love this block. Absolutely love it. I did it for the Christmas swap block because I wanted something fancy. Fancy schmancy. However, then I wound up not... Turned out I forgot to do one for myself. But then would have had an odd number of blocks if because I did mine in 2 different quilt tops. And so I wound up not making one for mine, which is okay because they're just couch quilts for me and the hubby for next year, for next Christmas. Add a little extra festivity to the room. So I'm just holding this nice and securely while I give it a little pressing with my fingers. And then I'll go back and add the, and actually press it at the iron in a little while. Because my goal is to get all of these halves done up and might even start putting them together in the quadrants today. So tomorrow I can start putting the quadrants into the blocks and start building out the rows. But we'll see because I got a lot of stuff going on today too. Fingers crossed though. How do you become a member? So let me grab that link and add it in here for you. Be just 1 second, Annette, and I will add the link in here of how you can become a member. There are a couple different ways, but anyone that is on an iDevice, like an iPad, iPhone, stuff like that, then this is the easiest route. And there you go right there. If you would like to be a paying member, it's $2.99 a month. And that gets you membership and gets you put into my Facebook Messenger group where we can chat on a daily basis, share pictures, share things that we do with the group. And you'll see a lot of other people that are in there. And tomorrow is our Zoom meeting for January. So, which is once a month, I do a Zoom meeting with my members where we just hang out on Zoom and sew or hang out and chalk or whatever you want to do. Sometimes during the summer months here, you'll even see me, I'll even be doing it while I'm outside gardening. So I've done that once before. Took my little tablet outside and did my Zoom off of that. Kept it plugged in and attached to Wi-Fi so I could do my Zoom membership because I needed to do my gardening that day too. So you never know what you'll see me do during the Zoom. But yeah, it's a lot of fun and I really enjoy it. So that is for if anyone would like to join. Not saying you have to, but it would be greatly appreciated if you do. Okay, so now we need to do the next 4 of this. Let's see, I'm getting orientation backwards right now, so give me a second. This goes out. Yep, I got it right. Okay. Just had to make sure I had this laying down correctly, even though I've already done so many of these. Link says 3.9 on my iPhone. What? Should be $2.99. That is so weird. I don't know why they're adding $1 to it, because if you look right there, it says $2.99 for the Quasar and Peeps. So I'm not for sure why it's saying $3.99. Okay, so yeah, I'm not really for sure, Raven. That is so weird. Okay, someone that does not have an Apple device, try clicking the link and see what it says. Tell me if it says $2.99 or $3.99 if you're not on an Apple device. Thank you, Deb. I will get you added in. If you can. Are you kidding me, Vintage? That is so not cool. If you charge $9.99, they charge $1.49. Okay, Raven says that hers says $2.99. Okay, kind of wonder if it is Apple that is charging the extra. I am so sorry. I did not know that they were doing that. The Apple iPhone thing, we have been through this on another channel. Okay, thank you for letting me know, Brenda. Okay, so Cherie says don't use your Apple device to sign up. Use your computer or something of that form to sign up. Something that is not Apple device to sign up. I am so sorry, guys. I did not know that. That is robbery. I swear. 2, 3, 4. And then I can put these 4. I'm trying to keep the weight from being too heavy on the back of my machine over here. Let's see. Venture says she sees $2.99. Brenda Chauvin says I did not get charged an extra using the iPad. Okay. Apple gets money anywhere they can, right? I'm like, that's just wrong. That is not the price I set. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, not $3.99. I'm like, I set that up years ago, like a year or so ago, for $3.99 or $2.99. And I intentionally set it up for a low price because I felt charging a higher price was just not worth it whenever I wanted to keep my price at a lower price so that way there is affordable. I would like to have different levels, but can't really offer a whole lot more than what I offer right now with my work schedule, so I didn't see fit for charging a higher price. And then I'll also be inviting the squirrels possibly tomorrow too, probably, because of the fact that Donna is away for right now and she's got some recorded videos coming about, so that way there you still get content on her normal days. Like last night's video was absolutely stunning. I love it. My Android says $2.99. Okay, thank you, Nikki. So now we go and press this. So by the time I get done with this deck that I have set aside here, then I'll have enough to put together one row. Which is why I intentionally did it this way. Let's see, we want like this. Yeah, by the time I get done with the pieces I have all cut out, I'll have enough for 5 rows up there. And I want 7, so I definitely gotta go and get more purple today, because I'll need to do like 2 more rows. So I don't know if I'll be able to get this all done up, if I'll have the quilt top done up. Aw, thank you, Raven. Okay, Raven and Deb Cornell, both you guys try and send me an email of what your Facebook name is, as well as a picture of your icon, and I'll get you guys added into the Facebook group after my live stream. Thank you guys so much for jumping in and coming to be a part of the crew. I had to leave the room. If he hears I pay for YouTube, I'll never hear the end. I'll never hear the end of it. You're not paying for YouTube. You're paying for the extra perks of my channel, which is Zoom meetings, Hangout sessions, Facebook chats. And you're helping to support a creator that you enjoy. Because all that does is help me cover for the cost of paying for Zoom, because I do have to pay for Zoom. And then that also helps cover for some of the costs of like updating my equipment, getting more fabric to put out more content. So it's just, so essentially what I make is about $100 to $150 every other month. And then I use that money for buying fabric or patterns or updating my camera equipment, so forth, so on. You never know what and everything, but always beneficial. But yeah, out of the cost of doing YouTube, even with 3 streams a month, all I'm really actually making is about $100 to $150 every other month. Hey, Sean. But to me, it's not all about the money. The little extra money is just a little added benefit. I enjoy putting out the content. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. I would do this even if I wasn't getting paid for it. Even if I wasn't getting any money. It's just fun, and I enjoy being here. See, my pin cushion came yesterday. It's very pretty. Yay! I'm so glad you love it. Yeah, that one is a very gorgeous one. They all are. I'm actually thinking about starting to make them to sell on my channel. Or sell on my Etsy shop. Because I want my Etsy shop to be more towards doing hand sewing, EPP, quilting, sewing and quilting related. Is what I want my Etsy shop to be towards. Like the templates. Once I ever start writing patterns, which I need to talk to Sean and Andrea on how to go about writing patterns, because I don't know how to write a pattern. I don't even know where to start. Sean, I need help, dude. I got a couple of videos I need to record today. Let's see. Oopsies. Get back up here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay, I can count to 4. I write mine on Google Docs. I don't think I can use it for another year or so. This kitty is still young and likes to pull things like tacks in the wall, caps over screws, everything. Oh my gosh. Aw, thank you, Brenda. Says, I enjoy watching you very much, Janelle. Sean says, I write mine on Google Docs. Andrea says, I am going to do a series on pattern writing this year. Oh, that would be so helpful, Andrea. Like, seriously, oh my gosh. Because I'm like, the design I did for my Quiltmas video, people are wanting me to write a pattern for it or release a pattern for it, but I don't even know how to write a pattern. Like, I don't know how to go about getting it put into words. And I want to make sure it's like easy to read, easy to understand, very beginner friendly. And I'm like, I don't know how to go about doing this. Like, I don't know. Let's see. So gotta have it orientated that way. But this here, so I counted it up. Each one of these quadrants, which is this right here, has 10 pieces of fabric. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 pieces of fabric, and you need 4 of these to make a block. You could technically probably just look at this as being the block. However, the actual block is the 10-inch one, which is 4 of these, which means in each block you have 40 pieces of fabric. I'm just like, wow, no wonder this takes so freaking long. But it's not a race. I'm already late for Christmas. So I might as well enjoy this. Back to lurking and cutting fabric. Yes, ma'am, Miss Judy. No expert to know, but happy to chat with you about some ideas and formatting. Yes. My biggest thing is trying to figure out how the formatting and making it sound coherent and at the same time really like beginner friendly. Like reading other people's patterns and testing patterns is simple for me, especially if it's got pictures. I just don't know how to go about doing it of getting started. Shauna want to make an Australian quilt flag or flag quilt while hanging. No patterns anywhere. So I found a Union Jack 7-point star and a 5-point star. Just got to work it all out. Oh wow, Deb, that would be so cool. Maybe it's something that you and Sean can work together on. If you want FPP one, Beth at Goody Goods has one for the Aussie flag. Oh, well, awesome, Sauce. I did not know she had that. Sean, you are a moderator. If you would like to, feel free to drop her link in here for her website or where that's at, or even just her YouTube channel or whatnot, her info. And next Saturday, Sean would be my guest on here. And what I would like to do is reach out to each one of the creators that is in the Back to the Basics collab and see if I can get them on here for a guest, as a guest. And so that way there we can give you guys like little insights or little teasers and talk about the collab some, as well as sewing and hanging out. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I'll be reaching out to those creators to see what I can do. see what I can set up. So, what is everybody else working on right now? I heard water. For a second, it sounded like almost like rain. Looked outside, there was no rain. Then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm probably hearing either the washer downstairs or the fish tank behind me. I'm such a silly goose. Okay, Sean says, Deb, send me an email and I'll reach out to Beth and see if she still had it. Alrighty. And there's going to be a little bit more of a rearranging in here done up today after my live stream because I bought the puppies a bed for in here. Because the babies like to be in here hanging out with mommy now. So since they enjoy being in here hanging out with mom, then I figured get them a little bed for in here because Luna would come in here and lay down when I'm sewing and I'm not on live stream. And they all been really good with being in here, so. More FPP here. Yay! Oh, yes. And I got my book yesterday. Where'd it go? Where'd I put it? I set it down somewhere and where I don't know. I was moving things around in here yesterday, and there it is. Okay. So I got me an FPP book yesterday, guys. Let me move you back over to the other screen. And it is this So Magical. It has, there are paper piece fantastical creatures, mermaids, unicorns, dragons, and more. 16 blocks and 7 projects. Let's see if it tells me exactly which blocks are in here. So the projects that it has listed is a toss pillow, a large pillow, a lap quilt, a baby quilt, a backpack, wall hanging, and a second baby quilt. So here are the projects that it shows that it has in here. So that's a 7 projects. And then the block patterns that it has is a unicorn 1, which is just the head, and then a unicorn 2, which is the whole entire body, a gnome, a princess, a fairy, a dragon, and then a second dragon, and a mermaid, a wizard, a seahorse, a griffin, which is like a half lion and half eagle. Hey, Heather, how you doing, honey? Let's see. Nikki says, I'm making another flower for Song Sparrow. Awesome. And then a Pegasus, a Cyclops, a Knight, a Hydra, which looks to be like a 3-headed dragon, and a castle. So here are the patterns that would be in this one. So I am going to be doing this. At first I wanted it for the dragons and the gnomes, of course, because I mean right there front and center we got the dragon and we got the gnome. You know I can't resist a gnome, and I got this off of Amazon. And then I decided, I'm like, I'm going to do all of the blocks and make it into a quilt. So that would be a later in the year type of sew. I would not be starting that until my lion is done. That would be my easy sew once my lion's done. Michelle goes, Joe, you are a bad influence. I ordered the Christmas one and saw this one for Danelle. Yeah, she sent me the link for it. I'm like, y'all are both bad kids. And Joe goes, yay! Michelle did my enabling job. Right? That gnome is so cute. And you know I can't resist a gnome. See, Water is in his puppy bed right now. Walter is in his puppy bed right now in my sewing room. Leo likes to hang out in the kitchen. Aww. Okay, back to over here. Because we got more sewing to do, guys. We're almost done. I got one more left of this. And then get them all put with the other piece over here. The biggest thing about this block is that you want nice flat seams. The flatter the seams, the better, which is why I like to use my acorn pen. Because that way there, it helps keep, or my, any type of pen, paintbrush, starch on a finger, whatever you want to use. You don't have to use an acorn pen. I actually swap back and forth between both of these right here. This is an acorn easy press pen. And I just put best press in it. It's actually empty right now. And then this is my other thing here that I use. This here just twists off. So this here just twists off and then I just fill it up. I use it like a little tiny funnel to fill it with. And it has like a little foam thing up here that always stays nice and wet. And I keep it inside of my Missouri Star cup that I got a few years ago, as well as my little tiny funnel. And then I just pour it into it over the cup, so that way there, if I spill any, I can just pour it right back in the container, or just make a mess in the bottom of the cup. But it's not need to clean that cup. Michelle, I use gingerbread fabric for the lady gingerbread dress. Aww. Joe, it's easy to be an enabler when you get super excited about something cool. You definitely. Righty, so now we are going to finger press these. And I should have enough to be able to start putting these together then. And if we have enough time, I can even start building them. Actually, probably not, because I need to press the other one still. I'd much rather press these nice and perfectly flat beforehand, before connecting the two halves together. Let's see. Yes, Laura, I'm enjoying the process. My lines are straight. Yes. That's the important part, to make sure you sew on the lines when doing FPP and get nice, straight, accurate, see, because that way there, everything comes out so much more beautiful. And if you guys are hearing Pitsy going crazy out there, it's because her daddy just got up. And she always goes crazy when her daddy wakes up. She's like, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. She is such a daddy's girl. Swear to goodness gracious. Let's see. All right, so let's see here. Who is excited about the Heart's Desire quilt coming up so long? I got that coming up in February, on February 4th. And it's funny because a lot of my projects each month, my new quilt projects each month, are starting off on the 4th of each month. Because I have scheduled in like a new project. The book is still sitting in my Amazon wish list. Girlfriend, chop, chop. Dive in. You got this. You know you wanna. You know you wanna. My book is still on its way to me. Awesome. Yeah, so once my lion project gets done, then I'll be jumping into doing that for FPP. And I think that'll be a lot of fun sewing. Because Donna helped me get past the hurdle I had with the lion. And now I have fallen back in love with doing FPP. And I got several FPP projects I want to do. Bring that, and I got the flowers pattern from Legit Kit. I want to do that. Eventually, I want to get the birds, the songbirds. There's 3 birds I want. I also want the Sophia sewing machine. But all of that is all in due time. I'm only going to be getting one at a time or doing one at a time. And I'm just going to take my time with it and enjoy. It's going to be a personal sew. I may occasionally do some on my channel, but for the most part, it's going to be a personal sew, relaxation sew. So stay tuned to Sunday to see how far along I've came on this project, because I haven't gotten anything done with the lion. So this is going to be an ongoing project for this weekend. Get this as done up as much as possibly can. See, I don't have anything in my Amazon cart. I don't either. I have actually a list in Amazon called my payday shopping list. So I see things I want, I put it in a payday shopping list, and then on payday, if I have any extra spending money left after paying bills, then I go reward myself for being a good girl, a good, responsible little girl. It's like a little reward for myself, a little good girl reward. Let's see. Hey, Mona, how you doing? Let's see. Heather said, I'm going to try and do what I'm calling a dead year. No shopping aside from finishing supplies. Awesome. Amazon has extremely high postage in Australia. Oh, wow. That is crazy. I am so sorry, Deb. Let's see. I was trying to shop my stash this year, but I failed at that yesterday. Uh-oh. See, I am only using my stash for if it is the main fabrics of the quilt, but this in here was a specific design quilt for my son and his girlfriend. And my stash did not provide the colors I wanted or the shades I wanted. I had a bunch of purple, but it didn't provide me with the shades of purple that I wanted. I wanted a nice deep dark purple and decided just to buy the, I didn't have enough of the pink and the blue or the gray. So I decided just to go buy all the fabrics for this because what I had in my stash I was not happy with for doing this. Like this is the very first quilt I've made for them for their bed. So I've made them each lap quilts, but I wanted something specific for their bed. So I bought for that. And then this year, I will be doing a lot of Art E stuff on my channel as well. Let's see. Plus, I booked a hotel room for Paducah, Kentucky, April 22nd. I know I'll buy there too. Oh, definitely, girl. You cannot miss out on the Paducah. Hancock's and Paducah. When I went down to Tennessee for the retreat and to see my brothers, we actually went right by Paducah, but they were not open the days that we're going to be down there for, and I was so bummed out. I'm like, ah. I'm like, but I wanted to stop because it wasn't that far from me. But that's okay. I'm sure I'll be back down that way sometime another. Hoping next fall to be going down and seeing my brothers. Again. Uh-oh, what did you do, Joe? Well, that started with a small hiccup. The shop that sent me a bug gave me a $50 gift card to make it right, so I immediately used it for a ruler I really could use. All right, well, there is all of those that I had set aside for doing on the live stream. Turned out I can completely do up all of this for one row during a 1 hour live stream. My first time for the Paducah, Kentucky quilt show in the store. Awesome! That is so cool. So, I want all of you guys have a wonderful, beautiful day. Make sure you come back here on Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern to see how far I've gotten along on this because I'm very eager. And I'm going to be doing a lot of work on this, but I also got a lot of work I got to do in the basement because we're remodeling the basement. And I got to do a lot of work down there too to help out. So, because we're at the sanding stage of the mud on the walls, at the fine tuning of the sanding. So we're almost done with that. And then clean up, and then we can be able to paint and then lay down the floor and then set up our bedroom down there. So, which means more space because then more stuff will be coming out of my room. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, beautiful, amazing day. If you get out and about, please smile because you never know whose day you can brighten with a simple smile that is a true smile from the heart that projects it through your eyes. And makes yourself all happy and warm inside. And stay safe. Winter is hitting nasty everywhere. Stay safe. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys all so very much, and I hope to see you guys all back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then all of my members, we will be having our Zoom meeting at noon, from noon to 5 p.m. tomorrow. So everybody have a wonderful,